8 years ago, I had a dream to be a New York Times bestseller. When I read Tim Ferriss's book, and I closed it at the end of it, I said, one day I'm going to write a book that inspires and impacts people all around the world the way this book just inspired and impacted me to see a new possibility for my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the book was going to be. I just knew I was going to create it.
New York City.
Hi, I'm Lewis Howes. I'm an author, speaker, and entrepreneur. I used to be a professional athlete.
And he's wide open down the middle. Lewis Howes turns the Jets on, and Lewis Howes takes it to the house. Touchdown, Howes.
I broke my wrist. One injury, it was all gone in a second.
It was extremely painful, it was extremely depressing. This is the biggest kind of game changer in my life, getting injured, losing my passion, my ability to do what I wanted, when I wanted, and how I wanted to do it.
I knew that I'd be able to bounce back. Something good would come from the experience. I had to just go full force with what I knew I was passionate about and build a business around that. And it's based on creating educational courses for small business owners, teaching them how to get more leads, traffic, and sales.
In just over 24 hours, I've made $17,851.
Making a living by doing the things you live for, and you're gonna always be able to do what you want, when you want, how you wanna do it. I'm Lewis Howes, dream big, guys. Thanks so much.
Striving for greatness.
So, same ideology on this, full extension at the top, but instead of coming all the way down to our chest, it's from about right here. Monday momentum!
Working out, meditation, green juice, and what I'm eating is really important for me. That's the main
I see you actually like to go for runs a lot too. I always see you go in the Royal Canyon over there.
Yeah, I think
and
I get my best. I get my best ideas when I'm outside in nature.
Yeah,
moving. When your body is moving.
I agree.
You get so many ideas that come in.
Never give up. Keep going. Mind over matter. How bad you want it?
How do I grind? Why do I grind? Because my focus far exceeds my fatigue.
And I would say another daily routine, and I think this is more like a way of living, is constantly expressing gratitude. On my voicemail, if you call me on my cell phone, I say, tell me what you're most grateful for, and then I'll reply to you. I want people to lead with gratitude.
Love it.
And I think it's really hard to be angry and grateful at the same time. It's really hard to be frustrated, angry, resentful when you live in gratitude.
I like that one. That one seems like younger. Yeah, but this one seems more population.
It jumps out.
Yeah.
Plus maybe it's because I already kind of like.
The thing I love about you is that you push the boundaries for perfection. You want it to be excellent. Everything you put out there, I understand it's about there. Every photo, every video, every article. It's like you've carefully constructed in your mind a vision and placed it online for people to see. Like I see it.
Yeah.
And that's great because you want to push for excellence in everything you do.
I don't want to push for just excellence. I want to push for greatness.
You want to push for greatness.
I
And
love
for
it.
2021, it's like you don't need to be perfect right away. You should be striving for, like, we want to make sure the design is clean, like things are clean and well put together and thoughtful, and our intention is great.
Yeah.
But
so the value means more than the aesthetic.
Yes, exactly. But you want to make sure that you're launching as quickly as possible, in my mind.
Yeah.
Because the feedback you're going to get from people is more valuable than you making it perfect and putting it out.
Yeah.
And it being too late to get feedback.
I'm going to get it in there. Steve, how much you give me if I get it through? If I get it through, how much you get it kicking?
Hundreds right now. $100 bill. You just know it. If you
I'm not
do
giving
this,
you $100.
If you do this and accept it.
I'm not accepting. I'm not
No,
paying
you don't have to
$100.
bet it. This is just an incentive.
Okay, yeah.
But if you do this and you accept it, just know that this is $100 less for my kids have to eat this month. I don't have a job anymore. Lewis Howes, a $100 bill. You have 3 seconds. Ready, go. Do it for the snap.
Wow.
Close.
That was so bad, and I'm so glad it was on tape.
Get Steve to do this. Steve, your turn.
We'll spiral on it too. Hit him right in the pee-pee.
I'm telling you, man,
You know what I mean?
that shit, like, it's so, I'm doing it. Lemonade stand, baseball cards, sister's couch, but there's 11 others that you forgot.
Yeah.
And those stories are what translate, and the more real you got, like, people just don't need, I'm willing to go anywhere because I'm unbelievably secure.
Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I would say
Please listen.
what you're saying. I believe in 100%. Because 2 years ago, I opened up on a podcast of mine about something I never told anyone for 25 years. About sexual, getting raped when I was 5.
I remember.
It's the first time I told anyone.
I remember.
I started talking about it and I told it on my podcast.
Yeah.
And
I've had more people
didn't-
reference that about you
Yeah.
than anything else.
And I was terrified to do it, and I didn't want to do it for months. I had it recorded, and I didn't want to post it because I didn't want people to think I was like doing some marketing tactic.
Well, that's
So-
what's tough about that.
So I was like, I consulted with everyone and said, how can I put this out in such a loving, authentic way that people aren't
Dude, it
like,
came across incredible.
The truth is the game.
Right.
It helps you. I would tell you that I mended my relationship with my dad through the public. And honestly, I'm right now being selfish. I'm giving you advice that I'm actually giving myself. I'm not even joking right now. What I'm doing right this second, just so you know, is continuing to push myself for something I'm not doing, which is I gotta remember more shit.
Yeah.
Like there's a story about this fucking sparkling water that was guava flavored in 1990. Nobody knew what guava was in America. And I told my dad to buy it all, and I fucking made a display of it, and I sold the shit out of it. And I need to unearth that. I don't remember all the pieces. I gotta get all the pieces back so I can start telling the world. Having a sense of at least medium and long-term aspirations is super important. And it will change. I think all of our things change along the way.
And a lot of millennials are chasing the money. I mean, you did this,
Yes.
I did this,
Yes,
we all did this in the beginning.
Yeah.
And here's a simple formula. Every millennial watching right now, here's a simple formula to know, to ask yourself this question: am I doing something that I'm going to be able to sustain for a long period of time, or more than a couple of years? And I'll make it simple for them. A mentor of mine told me this. You got to remember FIP, F-I-P, FIP, fun, impact, and profit. So most of us chase the profit early on. We're just chasing something because it's like, let's get in the stock game because we can just make money.
Yes.
We actually don't, it's not actually that fun for us. Maybe it is fun, but it's not impactful to the world.
Go through that.
Right?
Yeah.
But you make a lot of money, it's fun for a little bit, then you get burnt out.
And you realize, yeah.
Unless it's like your real passion and you want to teach people or something, you know?
Yes.
So you got to ask yourself, is it profitable? Awesome. Is it also a lot of fun? Does it fulfill me in my deepest core? Does it make my heart sing to the rooftops?
Yeah.
Like so much fun. And is it leaving an impact?
Yeah.
On myself, am I growing, my team, and the world?
Correct. Yeah.
If it's doing those three things at the highest levels, you've probably found something pretty sweet and you can dive into that.
Hell yeah.
party.
Lewis House, what up?
What's up?
What are you doing, Lewis?
Get my first custom hat.
Right, and I'm
24
like-
inches? That's pretty big, right?
Yeah, that's a little bit bigger than average.
Bigger than average.
Bigger than average. All right, you're a tall dude.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing a webinar every week for the last 6.5, almost 7 years now. And my business continues to build because I'm consistent with one simple, boring thing that is really profitable.
Still need to have that old school work ethic.
Hustle.
You know,
Right.
like it's not gonna happen every
Consistency.
night. You know, it takes like
Yes.
people act for this like secret sauce or this formula, and you just heard it, right? I mean, it's
Show up and work.
there you go.
Over
Just
and over and over and over and over.
keep it going.
You build something, you create momentum, and then you systematize it, you build a team around it to be
Yes.
the engine for you.
Yes.
Then you can go jump and do the next thing. And I had nothing at the time. I had a cast on, I had nothing at the time. I was on my sister's couch trying to figure out life. But I just had this vision. And I remember thinking over the last 8 years, everything I did was a practice rep for the playoffs, for the Super Bowl, which was the launch week for this book that I launched.
And do you think that kind of related back to your early days?
Yep, absolutely, man. It was all practice reps.
Yeah.
Like the 8 years, everything I did was a practice rep. Getting the early press and just being on TV, being in front of a camera was a practice rep for getting the national press I got during my book launch. All the interviews I'd done was practice rep for me getting interviewed and just being able to be comfortable and be ready for the moment.
School of greatness, baby.
Check it out.
Lewis Howes here from the School of Greatness podcast and also New York Times best-selling author. And congratulations for watching Leaders Create Leaders. This is an incredibly powerful YouTube video series, and make sure to subscribe, share this with your friends, leave a comment below. This is all for those young entrepreneurs that have a dream, that have a passion, that have something burning inside of them, that they know they were up to something big, that their lives were meant to be something meaningful and powerful. This is for you guys. And I've known Gerard for a while. This guy is one of the most credible entrepreneurs I know, one of the most successful guys who's done it from an early age till now. You're gonna learn so much about how to launch a business, launch an idea, build out a team, be successful, be profitable. There's such an incredibly challenging journey ahead of you as an entrepreneur. And Gerard is the perfect guy to guide you throughout the entire process. So I hope you guys continue to watch, share, comment. You're in the right place and you're in good hands with Gerard. It's interesting because I remember I would go into Barnes & Noble almost every single week over those 8 years. And I'd walk in and I'd visualize my book on the shelves. I didn't know what it looked like yet, but I'd visualize holding my book and the feeling that I would have in that moment. And then I remember the moment came for me to go in, and my book was in the front and center of every Barnes & Noble in the country, and I visualized that, and it was there, and I remember going in and seeing it and picking it up and being like, this is awesome, but also like, I've been doing this every week for years, and like, it wasn't like this mind-blowing thing, it was just like, yeah, I was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And I've already been feeling this for years.
Man.
And so the power of visualization for me is really important. and bringing things full circle. I like to have a vision and then see it completed, bring it full circle.